to the Entrepreneurs Hangout podcast. I'm Kiley, your hostess, and this is season 2, episode 5. I am so thrilled to introduce my very good bestie, because we just met, but we're already besties, Erin Rector. Erin, tell everybody hello.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. And yes, we are already besties.
We've got so many plans. Our husbands are going to kill us because we've got so many plans.
Very true. But it's going to be amazing.
Yes. Erin, I want you to do, I think everybody can really introduce themselves a little bit better. So,
Yeah.
But just a little bit of something of why and how I met Erin, because this is important, because it's something you can do in your own business. So everybody knows that I'm a coach. I work with startups, and I knew that there was an aspect of my coaching business that was missing. My first modules are about mindset and, your mindset and habits, but I don't get into the nitty gritty, like dig down deep as to what and why you're not confident. So I started looking out in some of the groups, and I said, listen, I'm looking for a confident coach to be able to help collaborate with me. I interviewed quite a few, and I fell in love with Erin. That's how we got here today.
That's so amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And she's right. She did. She put a little post out there, and I was like, that's me. I am the confidence coach. And we just hit it off. So it was perfect fit.
Erin, tell us a little bit about your business and where are you calling in from?
Yeah, so thank you so much. So again, my name is Erin Rector. I'm a confidence coach and business strategist. I am live from Knoxville, Tennessee, right at the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. So it is beautiful here. And so I ended up starting my own business because I saw such a need for other women entrepreneurs that were struggling to get themselves off the ground. And it all relayed back to confidence in themselves, confidence in their idea, confidence in their ability to run a business, really, you name it. So I put together a plan and a strategy, which is my thing. I'm a planner. I'm a process person. So I put all of that together and started helping other female entrepreneurs really get confident in who they are, what they do. And like you said, really getting into that nitty gritty of where that lack of confidence comes from, and also where the confidence does come from, because, we all in our lives have confident parts of ourselves and not so confident parts of ourselves.
You know what? I love that. I never thought about it that way, Erin, which is, because when I'm talking to a lot of females, I do business booster calls with them, right? Sometimes, like, I can see automatically, like, there's no way that they're ready. Right. And me, I'm the cheerleader. Like, I'm like, no, you can do it. Right. And then they get self-defeated because it's up here.
Yes.
But so tell me, like, where does that come from?
Yeah, that's such a great question. And really the answer just varies from person to person. It's really fascinating to see people, and really once you get to know them at such a deep level, realizing that people do have, they may think that they're just not confident, period, altogether. But there's something there that they are confident about in their lives or themselves. And you have to really tap into that and then be able to relate that thing to everything else, to business or to whatever they're not feeling confident in, whether, a lot of the women I work with, the thought of being on video paralyzes them.
Yes. Yeah.
So really just taking parts of things that they feel confident about in their lives and really relating that to the thing that they're not so confident about.
Okay. So if we can do this, if we can put it to a real life scenario, right?
Yeah.
For example, maybe somebody thinks that I'm really not great in business, but I'm really confident that I'm a flippin' great little house cleaner, man. I clean my house like crazy. My house is always clean. So you can see that and I don't even want to use house cleaning. We can use yard work. Let's use yard work because it's
Okay.
less like
a good one.
yeah.
I use too is cooking, but that's perfect.
Okay.
Yard work is perfect.
Well, I want to use yard work because I don't want to put it into like a women's sort of status sort of role, right?
Right.
But she's
right.
like, I actually have a very good friend that is an amazing yard worker, right? So she's like, my yard is better than like any of the neighbors' yards, right? She takes confidence and she takes pride. Okay, that's so smart. I am learning so much. This is awesome. So, okay, go for it. Go.
Yeah. So thank you. So this is a great example. So if you think about, we'd have to dig a little deeper, right? So why are you confident in yard work? What makes you passionate about the yard work? And really taking that and applying that to whatever business that they're in. So let's say that they're a virtual assistant, being able to tie that into what makes you passionate about being a virtual assistant. Is that really what you should be doing? I mean, typically the answer is yes, but sometimes it is no. Mm-hmm. So really tapping into why are you confident about your yard work? What makes you good at it in your opinion, right? And then also figuring out, why do you love it so much? What is it about the yard work that makes you happy? Is it the actual work or is it the end result? So there's a lot of different things that we can, figure out and work and compare the two sides, yard work and business.
I love that. Do you find that, because my question to you, and I can't wait for you to be able to teach in my course, but do you think that there are levels where you could say, your personal, like in your personal business, do you have various levels where, hey, listen, you can jump in with me. This is how I can start working with you. I realize.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Can you explain that to me?
Yeah. So I do have different levels. So you're talking about my specific program.
Yes, correct? Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Because that's how that's how I believe. I mean, like, you're it for me. So I'm like, I just want to know how people can, you're going to, all of you, in fact, just to hold on, everybody, you're going to know exactly how to work with Erin, because we're going to give you all of those details at the end. But like, just talk about your various programs that you have.
Yeah, that's so great. So I have 3 main programs, and then, I'm never one to shy away from a special project. I've got a couple of those in the works right now, but as far as like main ways to work with me, there are 3. So I have a visionary program, which is really for a beginner who's not quite ready to jump in full throttle. So it's a 3-month program. And what we work on is we do a SWOT analysis of your business. We also do a confidence analysis as well. And then we do 1 monthly session, a strategy session, and then Voxer support. So the Voxer support allows them to reach out to me after that strategy session. And like, if anything comes up while they're actually, either speaking to a potential client, or if they're getting ready to do X, Y, or Z, they can reach out to me and ask my thoughts, opinions, or just bounce ideas off of me. So that's 1 3-month. It's not as intense as the next 2. So the next program is for 6 months. And we also do the SWOT analysis. We also do a behavioral style assessment, which I think is incredibly important, not only for you to know who you are and what that looks like on a really deep level, but it also tells you who you work best with and how to handle the ones you don't work best with. So that's a really key component of that. And then again, you also do the strategy session once a month, and then there's weekly calls. So you meet with me once a week, and the Voxer support, and that's a 6-month program. And then we have the full out entrepreneur program, which is 1 full year. And it goes through everything that we just talked about, the SWOT analysis, the behavioral style assessment. We also do a gap analysis. If you already have a current business up and running, it's the strategy sessions, Voxer support, weekly one-on-one calls. But that is really for somebody who is either just getting started, but very ready to just hit the ground running.
Business is going.
Yeah. Or someone that's within the first 1 to 4 years is typical. and really wants to make a pivot and go full throttle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I like that. I find I find that our conversation could go lots of different ways, but so I have two different questions for you.
Sure.
Why do you think? Because I struggle sometimes getting my mentees, my people in my program, like video, right? And women struggle with it.
Yes.
Yeah. And I get, I don't, because I'm not a perfectionist. I don't care.
Me
Like people
either.
know, right? Like, and I'm definitely like, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I think we talked about that at the beginning. I wouldn't even know how to coach somebody corporate wise, because corporate does not even resonate with me. I'm
Right.
like, I'm an entrepreneur through and through, right?
Right.
But how can we help our clients show up or be more confident as to on video? I think that could, that might not even be a fair question, but
No.
what do you tell your people?
Hey everyone, if you're enjoying the Entrepreneurs Hangout podcast, please like, love, subscribe, and share me. Don't forget to hit the notification buttons. Bye for now.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And it's probably one of the most common topics because, we are in such an online space right now with Zoom meetings and Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. And people want to see your face.
Yep.
And so there's a few things that I like to, just reiterate to my clients. For me, it's all about knowledge. Knowledge is power, right? So I tell them that people want to see them. That's how they're going to build that relationship, is by people seeing your face. And the other thing that goes along with that, like part A, is that people don't want to see you perfect. They don't. They want to see you without the makeup. They want to see you with your kid tugging on your shoulder, or, the formula stain on your shirt, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They want to realize that you are real. You're a real person, and that you're just like them. Because let's face it, like a lot of us, as business owners, our ideal clients are a lot like us, and vice versa. We're a lot like them. So they're looking for somebody that they can connect with and relate to. And if you're perfect and polished all the time, who's perfect and polished all the time?
Right.
Nobody. So that is one piece of that, is really just giving them the facts and letting them know they don't want to see perfection. They just want to see you, and they want to see your bad days, your good days. I call it the good, the bad, the ugly, right?
Yeah.
So that's what they want to see. They want to see you first thing in the morning with your hair all crazy and before you've had your coffee. And then they want to see you, polished up a little bit. They want to see all of it. And then the other part too is, I think people just have that fear of, what if I mess up? And that just relates back to what I said. Everybody messes up all the time in any scenario. So business, personal, whatever, like we all make mistakes. We make mistakes as parents. We make mistakes just as people.
Yep.
And I think it's really important to let them know it's fine, go with the flow. If you really have to, you can edit stuff, but I don't even recommend that. I think that, mistakes are funny. They add to humor. I had a podcast episode where me and the woman I was speaking to were cracking up because we could hear my dog snoring, and we were like, let's just leave it in. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
And then the second part to your question kind of is just practicing.
Yeah.
We have the ability right now to record ourselves on video all the time. The more you do it, it's like anything else, the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to be at it. So just practice, and you don't have to show anybody, right? So like you can just get on your phone. Yeah. And you can talk, and you can get all your fumbles out and stuff, and you just delete it. Right. Or I have a lot of my clients send me their videos just so I can, give them some feedback. And they also get used to people watching them.
Right.
But that's the thing, is like when you're on camera, I think that your brain is telling you that there's 5 million people with their eyes on you right this second. And that's not exactly the way it works.
Not quite exactly 5 million. Right.
Right.
That's actually really important that you say that, because I encourage my clients to be able to post in the group because the group is a private group, which is how I coach in that one aspect of it.
Right.
But you know what? Confidence also is, it's almost like you need to have like a get naked meeting with yourself. Really?
Yes.
And say, you know, we're all not spray painted
Right.
blonde. And that's life, man.
Yeah.
That is life.
No, I love that you said that because that's so true. And, you know, for me, I think that all of this, I mean, the journey has been ongoing, right? But for me personally, my journey really started when I got out of a really toxic relationship, and it allowed me to really find myself and figure out who I was. And then when I met my husband, I walked into this relationship like, hey, this is me up front. If you don't like any of it, I curse like a sailor. I am messy. My clothes are in the pile. I'm clean, but I'm, messy in terms of clothing. And I'm just like, you know what? And if you don't like it, deal with it. Like, this is my past. I've done these things. I'm not proud of them, but it is what it is.
Yep.
And, that's just how I've approached life ever since that. Because I'm not going to be quiet for anybody anymore.
No. And you know what, Erin, I know in the deep of my heart, we both support some nonprofits. We support some really, really awesome causes. And I do believe I'm a serious community outreach. You got to have a cause, right?
Yeah.
And I think also, without getting too much into, community and whatever, but helping somebody else helps you.
Absolutely. Yep.
Helps you.
That is, I'm so glad that you brought that up, because that is literally how I live my life. And I just met someone very recently, and we were kindred spirits, very much like when you and I met.
Yes.
And, I just, told them, like, I firmly believe that I get back what I give.
Yep.
In any capacity, whether it is community outreach. We actually do work with a local group here that we help with the homeless. And I have a few other programs that I work with, but then it's just, that's not just for that. That's for my clients, my friends. Like, I give as much of myself as I possibly can, with respecting boundaries and taking care of my family too, of course. But I fully believe that the more I give, I will get it back in return.
And you know what, on one of my very beginning mindset and business analysis, one of the questions that I asked, and my team challenged me on this, but it was like, if and when you have the capacity, do you have the mindset to be able to give back? It could be, and I gave examples, tithing, community outreach, XYZ.
Yeah.
And they're like, Kiley, doesn't that mean that you're thinking that you have to? I'm like, yeah, I do believe that. Yeah.
Right.
And it is staying in the program. Right.
Hey, you know what? If you believe that, and that's something that you're passionate about, I firmly agree. You go for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So one question about this is, do you find in today's, like, say the last 2 years, the whole C word, do you find people's confidence, women's confidence in their business has been a roller coaster? Because some of our sales have been in the toilet. Some of our business ideas needed to pivot. Just talk a little bit about how do we embrace that confidence in this, in that sector?
Yeah, no, that's a really great point. And I think it's been more of a roller coaster than it has been in the past. I mean, it's always going to be a roller coaster, but this one is a little off the rails.
Yeah. This one's really like, theme park. Theme park power, man.
It is. But yeah, so I think that my advice for that is, because we're all virtual. We're all seeing more than we normally would. And when you see other people that are in your space, because, okay, guys, it's no secret, Facebook, Instagram, they show us things we're interested in. So if we're a coach, they're going to show us more coaches. Trust me, I've proven this. I've witnessed it. So they're going to show you more of your industry because of your searches and all that. They know they're in our brains. But anyway, so we're seeing all these people in our industry, and then we start comparing. And well, she's doing this, so I can't. Or we're doing almost the same thing, so I can't do the same thing as her. She's going to think I'm copying her. All of these, or him, whatever. I think that we just see so much of it, we get overwhelmed or we get scared, and we're like, oh, well, look at her. She's got it together and I'm not together. I can't do this.
Yeah.
So and you know what, as much as I preach confidence, I'm also very transparent. I have my days too. I wake up sometimes and feel like, what am I doing? Right. And then I reset myself and move on. But the one thing that I suggest, and I know it's difficult, is to stop listening to everyone else. And that was a pivotal moment for my business, is when I stopped listening to other people and their opinions and their ideas. And I made 6 figures a month by doing XYZ. Whatever. No, right. First of all, but anyway,
I'd love to see it. Could you just give me, just let me know, give me some proof in the pudding. But I get you.
I will also say, don't believe everything that you hear. Right. But stop listening to everybody else. Yeah. You figure out, go. And again, like, this is part of working with me. We figure out who are you? What are you? What's the message that you exactly? And that's one of the things that makes me different than a lot of coaches, is I'm not pitching a program. Like, I'm not saying, here's my strategy for making 6 figures a month by doing X, Y, and Z. Doesn't work that way, because everybody needs to be themselves. Yep. And the more yourself you are, the better your business is going to end up being. So I hope I answered your question.
You did. You were so amazing. It was exactly what I was looking for. So before we let go, Erin and I are working on a couple of things that I really believe, and any other coaches that are listening and copying what we're doing, of course. Right. Just kidding. I say, you're not the be all tell all in your coaching program. You cannot teach everybody, or you cannot teach your students every aspect of what they need. So I'm really, really looking forward to bringing Erin's expertise on to my programs, and to really just like exploding the idea of making more confident women better business owners.
Absolutely. That was so beautiful. And I will have to say, I just absolutely love your open-mindedness. A lot of people are afraid to partner. And I mean, I will say, it does have to be the right fit. Don't just partner with anybody. No, please. No. But when you do find the right fit, man, embrace it and realize exactly like Kiley said, I mean, you can't be all to everyone. So I think what you're doing is fabulous. And I'm so excited to partner with you.
That is awesome. Everyone, you're going to have all of Erin's details. We are on all of your podcast channels, wherever you consume your podcast. And we're also going to be posting this as shout out on Facebook. And so stay tuned, because we are going to do some fabulous things with Erin. She is amazing. Thank you so much, darling.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us with the Entrepreneurs Hangout. If you love us, come join us on Facebook with Entrepreneurs Hangout Facebook group. It's where entrepreneurs go to collaborate and grow.